Hello everyone, this is Faiza from Tailored by Faiza, and I have this outfit in which I need to fix this neckline. I made a short on this as well, but I received request to make a detailed tutorial on this, so I've got this opportunity again. So in this one, as you can see, this V is very deep and the client wants to keep just this neckline and wants to cover this one. So I'm using a scrap piece of fabric. And since it's a very soft fabric, so I'm not even using any fusing paper or anything. I'm just using, I'll just double layer the fabric, or maybe I'll use 4 layers of fabric just to cover this entire area. So I'm roughly going to put, the whole idea is to cover up till this point and all this with the black fabric. I'm doing it with the black so that you can see and contrast with that. If you have anything access from anywhere, you can use the entire same fabric as well. So from this point, I'm going to put up there like so, and I'm roughly, these are actually 2 layers of fabric. This is a fabric scrap I have. These are 2 layers of fabric, but I am going to make it, it's still lighter than this fabric material. So I'm going to use 4 layers of fabric. So let's do it like so. And let's see if this covers this area. And it does. So I do have something extra over here at the top, at the bottom, and these are 4 layers of fabric. So I'm now going to draw this and show you how I'm going to do this one. Okay. So now I've placed that inside. It's 4 layers of fabric. Make sure you have as many layers as you want is inside already, and you have access around this area so that when you stitch you have a seam allowance ahead from that area. So at the top I'll take a little more because we need to give a little finishing over there. At the bottom it doesn't matter, but at the top it has to be more. Alright, so now I'm going to draw this shape. You can open this. Maybe you can see it better this way. Okay, so now I'm going to draw this shape, and this is the area where I want it to end. You can actually make it a little deeper too, or give any shape if you want to. I just want to cover until this point because this is quite deep actually. Okay, so here we have our shape. Okay, so once you have drafted this thing inside, then this is basically the area that you want to be inside. So now you'll take about 1/2 inch more than this area and draw across this. You don't have to make a point over here. You can just leave it like so. That's about it. Okay, so now you can see it looks like this. From the bottom too, it looks like this. So what I'm going to do is that I leave an opening over here, let's say this much or maybe this much, so that it's easier to take it out, and I will stitch all the way across in the exact same shape. From here it doesn't have to be this much. I will cut at that point, but I'll stitch at this point because this is the finishing line. So we don't want extra over there. I'm sorry about that. No extra over there. So this needs to be like so, and then the stitching will be like this, and I'll leave an opening over here. Okay, so these are the markings. So I'm going to start from here and I'll stitch this one, back tack. I'll come over here, rotate it, turn this, turn again, as I said, we are going to ignore this one, and we have to do it on the finishing line, on the line that was aligned with the neckline. let's cut this all excess off. Clip the corners. Make some turns, make some cuts at the curve so that it turns out beautifully and neatly. And now you gotta flip it inside out. So you should have 2 layers here and 2 layers here, because these are 4 layers. If you're only using 2 layers, then it's going to be 1 only. So this is how it looks once I've flipped it inside out, and this is the opening. So we are going to sew it all the way across with a top stitch, and that will close this as well. Oops, I'm out of thread. Just a second. I'll have to rethread the bobbin and then I'll continue this back. So this is how the piece looks like. Now we are going to sew this to the actual shirt. Okay, so this is our actual shirt. Okay, and this is the piece that we need to do. So let's use our pins. We have to do it like so. I want it right below this line, so I will align it likewise. And I'll use my pins to make sure it's secure in there. And this one needs to be right there. Make sure there are no loops over here. It's not wrinkling, the fabric is not wrinkling. It has to be all neat and nice. And just maintain the original shape of the neckline. You don't want to make it too wide unnecessarily, because that will add to the width of the neckline. So you have to keep it as wide as it was originally. Okay. Now you gotta pin it up. Now you have to pin the bottom right here. And now you have to sew this. You can use more pins if you want to. So I'm now going to give a top stitch right here, not on this one, on the shirt now, actually on the shirt. But before you do so, you want to make sure that you have separated the front layer from the back one. So you'll go from the bottom. The best way to do it is, so to make sure that you don't stitch both layers together, the best way to do it is you go from the bottom, open up the shirt wide, put it like this. Make sure there is no fabric layer at the area where you have to sew. So this is just the trickiest part, because you don't want anything to come in your sewing area, otherwise that piece will be stitched with the shirt. So that's about it. That's perfectly aligned. You can use more pins if you want to, you know. If you need to realign it, readjust it, you can do that. Before you stitch, just make sure everything is all settled, and then you will take it to the machine and sew it. So we are now going to sew this. Pass it from under your machine, just like so. Again, before you start stitching, you have to make sure there is no fabric underneath this. While sewing, keep making sure that there is no fabric under there. That's it. It's all stitched. And let's cut the threads, and it's all done. So that's how it looks now. As you can see, it's all done. And this is how it looks from inside. From inside too, it's pretty neat and clean. This is how it looks from inside. So we did it inside out so that we don't have any rough edges, and when it goes into the machine it doesn't cause any more rough edges or something. So this is from the inside, and this is how it looks from the outside. So yeah, do try this at home. Hopefully this video is going to help you, and if so, please give me a thumbs up. Please like and share my channel, subscribe to my channel, and write in the comment box below if you want any more helpful videos, and I'll try to make those. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more stuff coming up. Thank you.